This message is for any Jewish people that have been convinced Jesus was this evil imposter and he came, the devil sent him or something like that to do evil. Okay, would the devil send someone to basically to not sin and to be like a total humanitarian? I mean, help the needy, feed the poor, raise people from the dead, heal the sick, to do all these humanitarian deeds and not sin. Because you got to remember something. Jesus got challenged with the extremes of the world, okay? The devil, so to speak, offered him all the kingdoms of the world. The devil offered him all the kingdoms of the world, right? When he was starving and ate for 3 days. I'll give you all the kingdoms of the world. Okay, he said, no, I'm going to follow God. Okay? Then the devil went to the other extreme eventually. Okay? Either you're going to get in line with this wicked, sinful world, or you're going to face torture and death and crucifixion. Okay? And he still stayed true to God and, got killed on the cross physically. Because we don't die, our spirits don't die. We go back into the spirit world. But, so he had to face the extremes of the world. And he stayed holy and sinless. Okay? That's not the kind of person the devil wants to send to teach humanity how to act. It's just reality, Now, I teach one truth unto God and the Illuminati, and I'm the prophet of God's New World's Testament. And the Lord has me trying to make religion make sense. So you just don't walk around with some blind belief and, because everybody fights over whose blind belief is superior, but the world comes down to people's behavior, okay? The more kind and humane and righteous and the less we sin, the nicer the world is. The more wicked and treacherous we all want to be and evil and selfish, the worse the world is. And it's not a hard concept. We all affect the world in one way or the other every day. So that's the reason Jesus was the Messiah. He was a role model of behavior. And I know Christians made him God, which is wrong. Muslims, they don't believe he died on the cross, but he did die physically, he just didn't die. His spirit didn't die. Muslims just misinterpreted the Quran. But that was the point of Jesus. He was a role model of behavior. That's simple. And religious people fight over theology more than anything else. Everybody wants to say, my theology is right and everybody else is garbage. And you got to understand, religious leaders will always do that because, it's kind of their status, their livelihood. These things come into play in the back of their mind, because let's face it, if everybody followed Jesus back in the day, what would have happened to the Pharisees and the Sadducees? Their job, they're being looked up to by society, they wouldn't have happened. And their money might have been gone, their money might have been gone, their lifestyles might have been gone, is the Illuminati with an A, not an I, because there's a big difference. I think I made a video about that. And the New World's Testament, that God's New World's Testament, which teaches one truth about God and Jesus, okay, is a threat to many of the religious leaders and the religious establishments of the world. Not because it's evil, it's just because it doesn't go along with the theology that they preach that gives them money and social status. But religion is about godly behavior, trying not to sin, trying to be righteous, helping the needy, being kind to a stranger, being a good human being. That's the core of religion. I don't care if it's from the Torah, Old Testament, the gospel. I get gospel no S because Jesus taught the gospel. The stories and letters about Jesus, they're the gospels or the stories mainly. And the Quran and the New World's Testament. The core foundation, hold on, let me not forget the Bhagavad Gita. the Hindu text. The core is, at the core is good godly behavior. So God bless and have a good day.